Draw a radius going out from the little circle. Draw a radius going out from the big circle. And we're going to say both of those radii are equal to 1. So r equals 1. And this one obviously is smaller than this one. So this might be 1 inch or 1 meter or 1 millimeter, and this might be 1 inch. So they're both 1. They're both 1. Once we do that, we can now name this as the 1 unit circle. What's the formula for circumference of a circle? Once we have that down, we can find out what the circumference of each of these is. I'm going to plug in that 1, so it's going to be c equals 2 times pi times 1. So the circumference all the way around this circle, if I start from this spot, is going to be 2 pi all the way around. It's going to be 2 pi all the way around the big circle as well. Now moving over to the little circle. How far would it be halfway around? How far would it be halfway around? Just pi. So halfway around the big circle would also be pi as well. Now the little circle, I'm going to strike up 90 degrees. How many sections of pi are in the top? 2. So that's going to give me 1 pi over 2 up here. And now I'm going to continue counting around. And those quarters, you'd think they'd be 1 pi over 4, but they're not. It's 1 pi over 2, 2 pi over 2, 3 pi over 2. Notice 4 pi over 2 is a full circle. Now, Mike, I'm going to go 4 sections in the top. 45, 45, 90. 45, 45, 90, 45, 45, 180. So now I ask the question, how many sections of pi are in the top? That's going to make that spot 1 pi over 4. 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4. Notice it simplifies. The 4 pi over 4 is pi. 45, 45, 270, 45, 45, 360, full circle. Starting here, 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4, 5 pi over 4. 6 pi over 4, it is already simplified. 7 pi over 4, 8 pi over 4 equals 2 pi. If you want to name this as 0 radians, you may. Now I'm going to deal with degrees. This is 0 degrees. 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4 already simplified, 3 pi over 4, 4 pi over 4 already simplified, 5 pi over 4, 6 pi over 4, 7 pi over 4, 8 pi over 4 simplifies to 2 pi. 0 degrees, 30 degrees. Nope, not 30. Add 45. 45 degrees. Add 45, 90 degrees. Weightlifters, what's the next one? 135, 180. Halfway around the circles, 180. How about this one? Weightlifters, know this one? 225 degrees. Not too often do we do 270. Then, this is the big one, 315 degrees. And in full circle would generate 360 degrees. Going over to the big one. We're going to cut it down the middle, 90 degrees. And then we're going to increment it 30, 60, 90, 30, 60, 180. How many sections of pi are in the top? That's going to generate this first radian as 1 pi over 6. 1 pi over 6, 2 pi over 6. Notice 3 pi over 6. If you want to, 3 pi over 6 is equivalent to pi over 2. They are equal. So feel free to simplify that or leave it as it is. I don't mind. 1 pi over 6, 2 pi over 6, 3 pi over 6, 4 pi over 6, 5 pi over 6. 6 pi over 6 is already simplified. Now we're going to work down into the bottom hemisphere. 90 degrees, and then we're going to chop it up. 30, 60, 270, 30, 60, 360 all the way around. Starting from the beginning, counting. 1 pi over 6, 2 pi over 6, 3 pi over 6, 4 pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 6 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, 8 pi over 6, 9 pi over 6. Yes, if you want to, you should realize that those two simplify and they're equivalent fractions. 9 pi over 6, 10 pi over 6, 11 pi over 6. 12 pi over 6 does equal 2 pi. Now let's deal with the degrees. This is 0 degrees, 0 radians. 0 degrees, add 30, 30 degrees, add 30, 60 degrees, add 30, 90 degrees, add 30. That's going to generate 120 degrees. Add 30, 150, 150 degrees, halfway around the circle, adding 30, that gives me 180 degrees. Add 30, add 30. And notice, the 90 degree increment overlaps. If I add 30 to that, that gives me 270. Add 30, that gives me 300. Add 30, that gives me 330 degrees. Add 30, and again, all the way around, full circle is 360 degrees.